Okay, guys, welcome back to Latest247. So, thank you guys for stopping by again. So, on this episode, we'll be talking about DMX. DMX is a music veteran and an icon in the music industry. I mean, he's a rapper that has been known for years, and he's had very, very strong hits. That has become, like more like a club anthem, and people love it a lot. So currently now he is in ICU. He was said to have overdosed from drug use. On Saturday, on the 3rd of April, TMZ reported that the legendary New York rapper is in the hospital with a dire prognosis after overdosing and suffering a heart attack in his home late night of April the 2nd around 11 p.m. He's reportedly to be in hospital currently in ICU, and sources have said, they have said that it's likely that he may be having a brain dead, he may be brain dead or in a vegetative state. So there's no real assurance that everything is going to be all right with him, but we are hoping that things get better. And that is why videos like this are up, because we are, offering up prayers and hoping that he gets better. Of course, we know that this is a music industry, and aside from music industry thing, there's celebrity. A lot of people out there are kind of hooked to drugs. Drug is something that has made it into the society and has become a part and parcel of the society. So a lot of people are suffering from drug addiction. So DMX is not the first person. But he has actually consistently talked about this addiction of his, even right from the onset of his career throughout his adult career. He has been talking about it openly that he is addicted to drug. And of course, there was a time we also talked about being addicted to sex as well. But the one of drug is actually very, very strong. And the one of sex, which he said he had about 10 kids, and it couldn't have happened if it wasn't for the addiction that he had for it. So, but we are praying and hoping that he gets out of his coma and become normal again. A lot of people are sending out loves. Big artists out there, Rick Ross, T.I., Joel Ortiz, and a lot more. Everybody is sending out love to him and hoping that he gets well. So, but this issue of drug addiction is something that has been happening in the industry. A lot of rappers, a lot of music artists, especially rappers, seem to be tied around this drug thing. I want to go into it a little bit. We've lost a lot of rappers, young promising rappers, musicians that actually been lost to drug use. And the one that even happened just of late was Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD was someone that was actually very renowned and has a very promising future. Just all of a sudden we heard about the news that he had an overdose because the police would have arrested him if they had seen the drug on him. So he decided to now take everything, and that resulted into what he's suffering from. And we also had other rappers, even currently now the NLE Chopper that is currently in jail right now, awaiting trial, and a lot of other guys that have actually been busted before. They have drugs, aside from the fact that they have weapon charges and all of that, but drugs is always a part and parcel of what they have been charged for. That is to say that the music industry and all these actors and celebrities you see, a lot of them are actually on drugs just to stay, steady in the business. It's very tough, it's cutthroat, and they have to stay motivated. So it's difficult. But we are hoping that people begin to learn how to actually do their craft without drugs, actually to how to run their craft without drugs, but rather find a different way of getting motivation, getting inspiration, and of course, getting that strongness to be on stage and to be spontaneous at all times. But it's difficult, but we hope that it gets better. So this is about DMX actually. So prayers up, guys. Pray for him, and we hope that he gets well. DMX is someone that has actually had, a drawback in career. Just about a year ago, he had about a year in jail because of tax evasion. Charges around 2018. He was in jail for a year because of tax evasion. But after coming out, he has decided to turn a new leaf, and he signed back a deal with Def Jam, which was actually the music label where he actually started his career back in 1998. But he signed a new deal in 2019, hoping to come back into the game with a new release, and he has promised to drop a new album called Redemption of the Beast, where he collaborated with Swiss Beats and a lot of other artists, and we are hoping to actually listen to it, given the fact that he has had experiences around the period where he had an hiatus from the music industry. He's about 50 years old now, but he still got it. The last live he did with Snoop Dogg was actually dope. He was still giving it out, and you know that this is actually in him. It's not someone you say, okay, maybe he just did a stint in music and and his career is dead. He still had it in him. He was able to freestyle and give flows, just as Snoop Dogg also did. So it was quite phenomenal, and he still has fans. He has a lot of people tuning just to watch him live performing. That's to show that he still got a lot of fans. I mean, his music that he dropped over the years is still something that people play till date. I mean, you go to different clubs, go to parties, they still drop his music, and so when you hear it, you still vibe to it. It's something that you say someone has an evergreen kind of track. So it's just like saying someone has an evergreen kind of track. So we hope that he gets better, guys. Hope pray for him, and let's hope that he gets better. Thank you, guys. This is what I have to say on this, and thank you guys for listening. Thank you.